Well, good Sunday morning, friends. Mark Holmes here. Oh, wait a minute. Joe Boo. Hold on. Man, Joe Boo. Can't start this party without the star of the show. My buddy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. So let's get open for business here, and let's wake up the football gods. Hope you guys, you probably have gotten tired of seeing me over the course of the last 3 days and probably need a break. But those of who don't need one, today, 5 o'clock Eastern, we'll be doing what we do on Sunday afternoons, and that is our Dallas Cowboys vent session. And maybe it won't be so much venting today. Maybe it'll actually be, okay, the Cowboys didn't do something stupid. They ended up, taking care of some business and things. And maybe there's some hope. Maybe, just maybe. In fact, after the draft was over, I took time out, chilled with my wife and everything else, took it easy, caught my breath and stuff. The Cowboys were still hard at work. They're hard at work signing our undrafted rookie free agents. And the Cowboys have actually had some good success with some of these guys. You'll think of Terrence Steele, who 2 years ago people wanted to push him over a bridge. But Terrence Steele has become our starter. You can think of Tony Romo, of course, our most famous undrafted rookie free agent, and how well he's worked out. So you never know when you find a diamond in the rough. So right now, here's what we have, the list of players that have been signed. Some of these guys are going to be camp bodies. Some of these guys are going to be maybe practice squad players. Maybe some of these guys will end up being special team standouts, and who knows from there. But we have Jonathan Garbe, kicker. We finally signed another kicker from Texas Tech. I believe he was 49 out of 50 on extra points, has hit a couple of 62-yarders, and is a pretty good player from what we hear. So definitely some competition now. We have two place kickers in with the Cowboys. We have Marquez Bell, safety from Florida. We have John Thomas, safety from Georgia Tech. We have LaKendrick Van Zout, another safety from TCU. Isaac, we love some Isaacs. Isaac Taylor Stewart, cornerback from USC. Aaron Hansford, linebacker, Texas A&M. Stoney Jackson, linebacker from Liberty. Micah Taffa, linebacker, Utah. Big Cat Bryant. You got to love a name, Big Cat. Big Cat Bryant, defensive end. That's more of a tackle name, but I'll deal with it. Malik Davis, running back, Florida. Aaron Simpkins, running back, from Harvard. Not a Yale man, he's a Harvard man. Demetro Drummond, wide receiver, Ole Miss. Ty Fry Flurgo, wide receiver, Indiana. Dennis Houston, wide receiver, Western Illinois. Jarrell Robinson, wide receiver, Wake Forest. Peyton Hendershot, tight end, Indiana. James Empey, center, BYU. Alex Lindstrom, center, Boston College. And Amon Seaman, offensive line, Texas A&M Converse. So that's what we have as far as our rookie undrafted free agents that will be coming in. And come next week, they'll be having all the players here. We'll start actually getting ready to have mini camps and stuff. So the season is not as far away as you think. Now, to recap what we've done as far as the draft itself, the Dallas Cowboys, well, they didn't trade up. They didn't trade back. In fact, they took every single pick that they had, and they stuck right with it. And the thing that you could see with this is almost every one of their main picks were guys that they had for their 30 visits. Guys that they had that Rod Marnelli worked with, or of course, that the offense worked with, that they truly worked them out and they kind of picked their brains. In fact, wide receiver Jalen Tolbert got a phone call from Dak a few weeks earlier talking for about 20 minutes or so about his football IQ and the things that he likes to do, just getting to know Dak Prescott and what they're expecting. Now, I've never heard of a team doing that, and that goes to show you how much influence now that Dak Prescott has and should have with the Cowboys. So to go through our number one pick, which filled our biggest need, offensive tackle, Tyler Smith. Now, some people will say we should have drafted Linderbaum. He's a better center. I agree. He may have been a better prospect at center, but here is what I believe is the mentality of the Dallas Cowboys. And the Dallas Cowboys looked at it and said, if we take Linderbaum, that's great. We're going to upgrade our center position. But our center position isn't really our problem. Our problem is we need a guard. And we also have to worry about Tyron Smith. So if we take Linderbaum, how are we still addressing those two issues? The thought being is Tyler Smith, and you hear Jerry Jones talking about how much he seems like he's Tyron Smith. In fact, I think Tyron Smith, if Tyler Smith plays really, really well, you may look at the Cowboys possibly saying, you know what, maybe we can make a trade for Tyron Smith. But, we'll see on that one. With Tyler Smith, you start him out at guard, and he becomes your starting guard. And with him being also a tackle, if Tyron Smith goes down, you can move him to tackle, and then you have Connor McGovern or Josh Ball that could come in. Well, Josh Ball also is a tackle. But you can take and say we'll have the best five guys out there regardless. Then Sam Williams. Sam Williams could be the cream of the crop as far as defensive ends and pass rushers. He has a hell of a motor, and he comes with a load, and maybe, just maybe, he makes us forget about Randy Gregory. There was, of course, some off-the-field issues that the Cowboys feel that they're okay with what they got as far as answers go, but make no mistake about it, this is a Dan Quinn type of a pick. You can see the influence. You can see the influence that he has with picking the players, because that truly is the kind of guy they want. And in the end, it may end up being better that the Cowboys didn't re-sign Randy Gregory, that now all of a sudden we have a young guy who his signing bonus was only $1.7 million. And this is where getting young really helps you out. Then, of course, we got Jalen Tolbert, who from South Alabama, wide receiver, who Dak Prescott had been talking on the phone with a couple of weeks before. He's a little bit taller, 6'2", definitely a player that can probably do some damage and stuff. Don't know if he'll be a day one starter or not, but definitely a great guy to get in here. After that, we have Jake Ferguson, and that's where I'm actually really excited here, because Jake Ferguson is a tight end who can catch, but who can also block. He's got a wide body, and this may be where the Cowboys really do something that they do really, really good, which is 12 personnel. I think that he definitely helps the offense get a lot better. And then, of course, we got another offensive tackle where Jerry Jones says we're done with, veteran swing tackles and stuff, because we got Matt Waletzko, because he's a guy who, wow, boom, he can play, and they believe as offensive tackle can be a backup for them. Then we got Deron Bland, cornerback. We got Damon Clark, linebacker, a linebacker who probably could have been a first-round draft pick, but has disc problems where he actually had his back fused. Probably won't see him anywhere near the field this year, but this is one of those ones with one of those fifth-round picks. You throw a flyer on it, and maybe something sticks, and because he won't have to play this year, you can basically stash him. A lot of times what happens with our fifth-round picks are they just don't end up being around because there's not a roster spot for him. And then we got John Ridgeway, another guy, another wide body that I'm really excited about because I believe in the defensive tackle. And then, of course, we got Devin Harper as well in the fifth round. So that's where we are with our draft picks. And already Tyler Smith has arrived with the Cowboys at the Star. So let's take a look.
That's a blessing, man. I ain't no feeling like it. How about the Cowboys? It says do not touch. So
Yeah, do not touch, buddy.
grab until I get my own.
One spot with answer.
They can't prepare you for the real thing.
What y'all guys use this?
Coach Jones is going to hand it.
I'm out of here, man. Why do I even come to these things, man?
We are excited to be sitting here with this young man. And I just don't mind telling you, it's eerie to me, some of the similarities, not only physically, but the youth and the circumstances behind sitting with you as when Tyron Smith came from Southern Cal.
We're so thrilled to have Tyler, part of our program, most importantly, part of the Dallas Cowboys. I just think on a personal note, I think it's what a special opportunity for a young man to grow up in Fort Worth and now have this opportunity.
It was definitely probably the best day of my life, pound for pound. Like, I can't think anything better. Just to hear the phone call and have it be, you see the star on top of your phone and you're looking there. Because, there's a delay on the TV. Not many people tell you, but I see him on the phone. I'm like, oh, he ain't calling me. So I'm like, dang, I'm just waiting my turn. And I see it pop up, I answer. And I hear Coach Jones here. I hear him, and it's just like, it doesn't even hit you till you go home and you go to sleep. I woke up in the middle of the night and my phone's still going off. I'm like, wow, I'm really a Dallas Cowboy. So it's the biggest blessing I've ever had in my life, and I'm definitely gonna make the most of it. When I get on the field, it's us versus them. That's just what it has to be. My job as an offensive lineman is to set the tone and protect the quarterback. That dude across from me, his job is to hit my quarterback and try to basically blow up what we're doing. So every time I line up across from somebody, I think, I play with the mindset that they think they're better than me. They're trying to take food out of my mouth. They're trying to take food out of my teammates' mouths. They're trying to, put us down. Because this is, at the end of the day, I got guys in this building who are trying to feed their families. And, it takes all 11 of us to do that. So when I line up across, I like to set the tone, and I want to make them think twice about getting up when they go against me for sure. So, I'm going to continue to trend on that.
I've got a presentation that I want to make, especially since you've just gotten here. I want to transfer you, this asshole Terrence Hill, to a new athlete.
Oh,
That's what we're talking about. You bet your match.
That's all it is.
Turn the jersey around as long as the back side.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
all right. So, welcome to the Dallas Cowboys, Tyler Smith. Tyler Smith, I like the attitude because, the old saying is, it's hard to be hungry when your refrigerator's full. And it sounds like he's hungry. Like he said, when somebody's across from him, it's like they're trying to take food from his family. I love a guy that's got some aggression because, as much as they try and make football out to be, this gentleman's sports, I'm sorry. This is Nathaniel. This is about as ugly and as brutal as it can get. Football is war, and it's about pounding the opposition into submission. You must have some dog and some fight in you, and you can see that is the Dallas Cowboys mentality this year. They have literally gone through and said, we are looking for junkyard dogs, and we are definitely coming for you. And Philly 500, if you text me one more time another picture of Jordan Davis, I will fly out to California and I will take your meats, okay? All right, and with that being said, we will see you guys at 5 o'clock. You know how we roll. We are out of here.
As always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting,